All right, welcome back to part 4, guys. Where in the last episode, the last part, sorry, not part, the last episode. This is the last episode, part 13, last episode of Civ Rev Let's Play. All right, but in the last part 3, we had just won an economic victory. We did that by achieving all the gold milestones. See the little gold coin symbol there? I should have gone over that. We had 8 of 8 when we hit 20,000, and then we built the World Bank Wonder, which won us the game economically. But, of course, we got many others to look at. So in this one, we're going to build upon what we started out with, the space victory. So let's end our turn. And we have to go through this battle again. I won this last time. I have no reason to doubt I'm going to win it. I'm going to lose it this time. Yep, it's going exactly the same way as it had the first time. And there's the finish right there. Can't believe all Alexander has is armored horsemen, knights, against my fully modern army. Alright, and Mr. Christopher Columbus has appeared in my civilization again, just like he did in the last part. And look, our economy is booming, and we now have over 20,000 gold. As a result, we can build the World Bank Wonder to win the economic victory. Well, that's good to know, but, of course, we've already done that. So we gotta go through all of our cities again. Quickly. We'll settle Christopher Columbus. And just real fast, take a look. 8 of 8 on the gold. And a little interesting to note, culture. You know what, I'll get into that later when we finally do what the advisors have been telling me and win the cultural victory. But first, we have to win this next victory. I'm aware, and we have our top 10 cities. But now, our colonists have at long last arrived at the distant world of Alpha Centauri. The year is 1986, and the SS Wyndham X has arrived at Alpha Centauri. A brave new world. And all 25,000 of my colonists have arrived. And there they go. You can see some shuttlecraft leaving the station and heading to the surface. They're going to colonize that new world in my name. For all of us. Victory! A technology victory! I win again! Alexander, you're the only one left. You're in second place by default because Gandhi, Cleopatra, and Bismarck have all been eliminated. But you know, that's 2 victories down. We still have a third one to go. It's just not enough for me to win just one way. I gotta win 4 different ways. Actually now, however, before I get on to the next victory type, which we'll do culture, just want to make one little point about the space victory there. With the space victory, it is actually not necessary to build all those abundant space parts. All you have to do is get a spacecraft, build the spacecraft, and get it to Alpha Centauri before anyone else. So it's just a matter of getting a ship to Alpha Centauri. It doesn't matter how developed or how undeveloped it is, as long as it's able to launch, which it takes a minimum of 1 of each part. The quickest way to do that is to make a shuttlecraft its fastest is you want 1 of every piece, the habitation, the life support, and the fuel, but give it 4 different engines. Yeah, all the other stuff, it's really honestly just cosmetics. It's the engines that make all the difference. But as you see here, it took me 6 turns even though I had 4 engines. And that's because the more parts you add on, the space station gets heavier. And while technically its weight shouldn't matter in space because of no gravity, adding more parts does slow the space station down. So the actual reality is that when you develop a spacecraft entirely, it's really just just a way to kind of just rub it in your opponent's face is that, yeah, I had the time and the resources to make a fully developed craft and still beat you. So, yeah, if you want to rush a victory, just build up one of each and then just get as many engines on that thing as you can, up to 4. Now, actually, interestingly, right before I did this recording, I just did finished a multiplayer, a 3-way with 2 AIs with some of my friends who are really, really skilled at this game. I'd actually argue they're probably better than I am. But, hold on a second, we have to reset this game. Okay, in any case, I'd actually argue that they might be better than I am. But, I was able to win because they got deadlocked in a war, and I was able to pull a spacecraft victory right from underneath their noses because they underestimated the amount of resources I had. So I was able to get the final technology. Actually, I'll take a look at some of that stuff later after we reload. In any case, I was able to end this multiplayer game. I considered recording it, but it was boring from my perspective since I was sticking under the radar for most of it. But they got into a big war. It lasted forever, and it was a total stalemate, which bought me enough time to get space victory, get the space flight, and then I just rushed all the spaceship parts in one turn because I had 6 cities. So I had 3 engines, 1 habitation, 1 life support, and 1 fuel, and I just slipped that space victory right out from underneath their noses. First one to Alpha Centauri, easy win. And I was actually playing them a bit too. One of them, actually, I got him to... I traded technologies with him to boost his war economy because he really needed it to fend off my other buddy who was attacking him. But simultaneously, he gave me lots of the valuable technologies I needed to get spaceflight quickly. So it was really, really good. Actually, as a matter of fact, I gave him the Manhattan Project by trading him atomic theory, and he rushed it. But then he used it to nuke a city that didn't belong to me, and that just that was his worst mistake ever because I just slipped right in there with a space victory. All right, enough of that. In part 5, actually, yeah, these videos are getting a little short now because we're just going over the victory types. In part 5, we will go over the culture victory.